For the last couple of paintings, I have been using Faber-Castell Albrecht Dürer watercolor markers, and I know those ones are pretty expensive. So today I'm going to use some other markers which are much cheaper and they work really well. So the ones that I'm gonna use today are these Staedtler double-ended watercolor brush pens. So they call them pens, markers, whatever you want to call them. You can buy these ones, I think, as a 12, 24 and 36 set. Unfortunately, there is not a larger set. I would really want to have a larger set of these ones because I love them so much. So we will see how they work today. I'm gonna try and paint something. I think again I'm gonna do just like a small painting, nothing big. And let's see, let's just, maybe this time I will just divide the paper in half. And yeah, just give me a second. I decided to make this a little bit more like square-like, and the paper that I am using is this Cansons XL watercolor paper. I like this paper for watercolor markers. I don't know how often I'm gonna say that. I think I say it in every single video, but I do like how they work on it. I will do this in real time. So let's paint some flowers in a vase. And let's see, maybe something like this. Let's see, maybe here. I'm not quite sure, so I have to try and we will see. You can paint whatever vase you want. If you want some other, just feel free to do it. It does not have to look as mine. As you can see, I'm actually gonna probably redraw it a couple of times until I am happy how it looks like. So maybe something like this. I think my biggest problem, and it has always been, is the symmetry, because as you see already it does not look the same, and I somehow never manage to make it look the same. I have no idea why. So I do have problems of making something symmetrical. So sometimes I will turn the paper around, because that way for me it is a little bit easier to make these two sides look at least a little bit similar. Yeah, so now let's do something like this. Okay, well, I actually think that would be it. So not a lot of things to do. Maybe should I make it a little bit longer? I think I will like it if maybe it's a little bit, maybe just a little bit longer. Yeah, I think this looks much better now. Yep, something like that. And yeah, I can leave this like this. Okay, so later I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna put more of these lines or not, but for now actually this is going to be it. I will be making some bluish flowers, so let's see what kind of colors I have here. And I will, let's see, for the background, something like this. I'm not sure if I need a little bit darker brown, probably for the shadow. You can just try your colors or on some other piece of paper just to see how they look like. You see, this one is a little bit brighter than it is on the cap, so keep that in mind. Yeah, I think I will not need this one, it's just too bright for now. Let's see this one. Okay, I think actually this is the one that I need. Yeah, I will be using this one, but maybe as well this one, so we will see. This is the one that I will be using the most. And let's see if these ones are more in the yellow. This is okay. This one is too green. I do not want that one. Yeah, this is nice color. I need this one. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I will make some flowers here which are a little bit stronger, and then some lighter blues here. I will start putting the darker lines where the more shadow is, so where the flowers are more in the shadow, and then I will just use water and move that pigment around to make brighter color. So let's just try that out. And these are going to be more like abstract shapes, so I'm not gonna paint every single flower. And this is real time, okay? So I'm not speeding up anything. I'm showing you how I'm gonna do it now. Maybe just for a little bit of the variation, I will use this brighter one as well, just for a little bit of variation of color. And here I will have more of the brighter ones. And later, of course, I can still add some darker spots where I want the colors to be even darker. But for now, we'll just make it like that. Now I have made my brush wet, and I'm just, as you can see, I'm putting the brush down, like not everywhere. So I'm not moving my brush like this, because if I do it like this, you see what I will get. What I'm doing is I'm dabbing more like something like this. And as I said, later we will be able to put more of the darker shadows, but I think for now this will also work. And here you can wash your brush a little bit just to have it even lighter. Yeah, actually I like how this looks like. So I'm gonna leave this to dry, and then I will add some more shadows. And also here I will be starting with a darker color where I have shadows, and my light will be coming from the right, from here. So I'm gonna just put this darker shade here. And also here. Maybe a little bit here and here. And now I will put a little bit of this one. And now I need the brush with water, and I will just like combine these colors together like this. Wash my brush because I want here to have more light on this side. Here almost as white. And now I'm putting water down, but I'm also lifting up a little bit of this color. And I'm washing my brush every single time, and I'm lifting up a little bit of the color. And when this dries, I will add, or maybe I can try now, let's see. I have a lot of water here, so maybe it will not work, but I'm going directly with the marker here. Yeah, here is just too much water, so what happens is that the marker takes up the water and it becomes even brighter. So we will need to wait for this a little bit to dry, but with just a damp brush, not really wet, you can soften up some of the lines if you want, but I actually like it how it looks like. And yeah, this needs to dry. And I will lift up a little bit more here. I'm drying up the brush and then lifting up this color. Okay, for now that would be it. Now let's make some, I'm not sure if I should use, actually, yeah, I'm gonna use this one, a mixture, and yeah, just make like some, I don't know, wooden table, or even like just some wall behind it. So again, what I'm doing, I'm putting this color down where it's going to be the darkest, and you will see you do not really need a lot. The rest will do the water, so that's what I find nice when you use these watercolor markers. and also a little bit on the other side. Here there will be a larger shadow actually. So I could also use this one. And now let's see about some shadows. So now it's almost dry. It's still a little bit damp. So let's see if the color will flow. Yeah, this is actually perfect. So it's not wet. I'm putting again here where the shadow is going to be the darkest. I'm putting the black one, okay? And you will see I will now, maybe let's go a little bit longer because it is a big one. And now I'm actually, because I do not have the color that I need, I need something like dark gray, and I do not have a dark gray in this set. So what I'm actually gonna do is I will move now this black from here upwards so that it reflects the flowers. Maybe I will need more of the color, we will see. And I'm coloring all of this because all of this is in this shadow. Okay, and this is not even, so I'm putting a little bit more here. This needs to be darker, and also I will take again color from here and put it here. You can really do that so easily with these markers. So you just pick the color from one place and put it on another place. We can also do something else. Look, I'm picking up the black from here, and I can put it somewhere here. like where I want to have more depth in these shadows, I can again take that from there and just put it some other places. And now I think now I can actually color this part here, and maybe a little bit here. That is going to be, where is the other one? Ah, here it is. More like yellowish. This. But also here I'm not putting the color everywhere, because now I'm using the wet brush and I can move the color to the places where it needs to be a bit brighter. Okay. And I will have some more shadows here, but I will leave that to dry, because otherwise it will mix with the upper part and I do not want to have that. Now I'm just like correcting some things here. So as you can see, I'm missing here a little bit of the color. So what we can also do, you can put the color on some other paper or your palette, and you can pick up, like dissolve it there and pick the color up from here. It's not something that I use or do very often, but you can definitely do something like that. As you can see, this did not dry completely, so I do have a little bit more of the yellow now, but it's okay. And underneath, so that it just is not white. And I can go one more time over the whole thing. And pick up the rest of the color. Yeah, so what else can we do? We can put some lines here. Also in the flowers. You do not have to do this. These are like just random lines. And yeah, that would be it. I will take the tape off now. So these watercolor markers are cheap, but they work really good, and especially on this Canson XL watercolor paper. So yeah, that's it. And guys, thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.